Hello Raindrops! I am going to be a content creator for inZOI, and I really hope you enjoy all of my videos coming up because this game is absolutely amazing. It's like The Sims on steroids. I absolutely love it and I can't wait to share it with you guys. So make sure you're looking at the description below because if you use my creator code, you can get access to some free stuff and help support me as well. Welcome to Burge's Funhouse. You can find us on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. Please subscribe and hit the bell to be notified of new videos. Hello Raindrops! So this game inZOI is on Steam and you can see it is so amazing. So right now it is on sale for $39.99 for early access, but there's so much you can do in this game and you will spend hours doing it, trust me. Okay, so let's get into the game. So this is when you come in and load up the game. So it is super cute and you can actually ring the cat's bell, which I thought was pretty funny. Oh, and you see it kind of like scratches towards you. Oh my goodness. I was curious if you could actually interact with that, but that's really cool. So you can see that there is an options button down here at the bottom. So this is where you're going to want to come all the way down to gameplay and then scroll down to the bottom and it should say creator code. So this is where you will put in my creator code, which is REY, R-E-Y. For everyone that uses it, I could get a little bit of money to help me make my content. And then you will also get the best creator ever t-shirt. While wearing this t-shirt, Zois will periodically become confident. So that's pretty cool. You get a special free gift to go along with it. One thing that I love about this game is that you can click the screen in the middle, or there'll be a button during the game called Canvas, and you can actually download anything that anyone else has ever made. So it's really all right here in one spot. So you can see there's furniture, rooms, properties, outfits, faces, actual Zois, all kinds of things. So if you don't feel like creating your own, you can scroll through this and choose one of these and use them in your game, which is really awesome. I haven't tried a house yet, but I will be trying that at a later time. I just think it's so great that you can actually upload your own stuff. It's super quick and easy to do. And then if you just want to use that, you just download it and then select it, and that's easy as well. Let's go ahead and start a new game, and I love that little butterfly that's flying around. Isn't that so cute? Alright, so when I played yesterday, for some reason it did not record my microphone, so we're going to do this again. So for here, you can put in your name. I'm just going to do a random one since I've already made my name or my character. And you can choose from child, teenager, young adult, adult, middle-aged, and senior. So this will be for if you're creating families with multiple people. Obviously I am probably middle-aged, but I'm going to put adult and I am a female. So then we can go down here to trait, and there's so many you can choose from. It seems overwhelming, but what I like to actually do first is not select anything, but go down here to desired life. It is optional, but it helped me choose a trait because there's so many to choose from. So when you look here, it says select your desired life. Starting off with a life direction is a fast way to experience new opportunities. So I scrolled through these to try to decide which one that I really wanted, and to be closest to me is life of familial devotion. So when you click on it, it tells you all about that, and then it also tells you what traits align with this specific desired lifestyle, and then it tells you your ambitions and skills and stuff too, and then of course your preferences. So feel free to look through all of those. There's so many that you could choose. So I'm going to hit complete, and remember that I could choose volunteer and collaborator. Now I don't have to do these, but it will actually help me choose and kind of narrow it down for myself. So we have that. So now we can go to the traits again and look for those that it showed. It showed volunteer and collaborator. So let's go ahead and check on volunteer first. And so you can look down here at the bottom and it tells you all about what that is and the characteristics and everything that goes along with it. I'm already read this, but you feel free to read through yours. And then collaborator here is the other one. So You can choose whichever one works best for you. It was a little hard to choose, but I went ahead and chose collaborator, so let's select that trait. Okay, so now all of that is done. Now we can work on the appearance. And this, oh, let me show you this because you might be wondering why the mouth is moving and stuff and yours might not be. So if you look up here at the top, you can actually do motion capture, but I don't have a webcam on this computer, so I haven't done that. It does move my head, but that's for the other one. So if we click facial capture here, you can see that it walks you through the setup guide. You just scan this QR code here, and it only works on iOS right now. It'll send you to a link to download a special app, and then it walks you through everything that you actually have to choose, and it shows you to go to the settings and change the live link and all of these different things. And then there is one also that shows head rotation. You can see up here at the top. Those are the things that I have cut on so that I can move my head and also do the mouth movement. And you will obviously want to click read for the IP address so that you can type yours in. I'm not going to do that here. Okay, and then there it shows my iPhone, and then connect, and that is how you set up the facial recognition so you can have your character move and talk for you just like you would. Show you how to set up the facial recognition so your mouth and your head can move just like mine does in the game. So if you come up here to the top, you can see facial capture and motion capture. You can use motion capture to even do your body, but I don't have a webcam on this computer right now, so I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to do the facial capture. Okay, so let's set up the facial capture. So you click on it up here, and it tells you everything that you need, which is great. It walks it through. It's super simple. You scan this QR code and it will give you a download or an app that you can download. It only works on iOS right now. So do that, and then it walks you through each option, what to choose. Go to the settings, and then live link, and make sure it shows your iPhone. Right here is the head rotation. You can cut it off or on. It's totally up to you. If you cut it off, your head won't move side to side. It'll just move your mouth. But it's really nice because it tells you exactly what you have to do. Then you click add target, IP address. So down here you would click read. It automatically tells you your IP address. I'm not going to do that because you don't need to know mine. But then you type yours in on your phone where it shows IP address, and then that's all you have to do, and it shows up iPhone, and you hit connect. And you can see my mouth and my head now move. So let's go ahead and do the appearance. Let's go over here to Zois presets, and you can see you can scroll through and choose all kinds of different presets here, and then you can edit them however you would like. So I actually went up here to the browse canvas, and I found the face that I liked. I just kind of searched for a couple minutes, so I went to categories and then faces, and so I found one that I liked. Let's see, I'll show you how to do that. Let's say I want to be her. You click, and then you click download, and it tells you download complete. So then you can go ahead and hit the X button, and so we can hit this and hit complete. And then, oops, sorry. Once we've chosen a base, you come down here to the bottom and you click face. And this is where that preset was because I chose to download a face, not a whole body. And this was the one that I actually chose here. You can see she has tattoos and things that you can edit. So let's go ahead and look at that. Let's go ahead and go to the hair. So I really like that it has all different options for you. I kind of wanted, though, this hair, but a little longer. My hair's a little bit longer than this, but still cute. So you can click the color button here, and you can change the base color. And you can also do it where all hair matches. You see her bangs are lighter than the rest of her hair. But if I choose to have all hair match, it removes that a little bit. Okay, so I do want her bangs to be slightly different, but maybe not quite that severe. So there we go. And you can also change the length here. I wish I could make it a little bit longer, but that doesn't exactly work. Ratio, I'm not totally sure. I guess it's maybe the ratio in the colors, but I couldn't exactly tell. And then I didn't know what the fade was. Oh, I see. It is getting a little bit darker. Okay, so interesting. Alright, so there I have my hair. And again, there are lots of different choices that you can choose. Let's go to skin next. And you can start off with different presets and of course recolor those if you want. So I think I'm just going to go the one that it started on, and then here you have color, so you can change your skin tone up however you want to best match yourself. And now to face characteristics. So remember, since I downloaded this, it has some things that are different, like it has a tattoo and it has a mole. So I'm going to do that first. Moles here, I can click, and then you see this button, it says remove, so it will remove that mole. And then we also have face paint, and you see it has the rose here selected, so I'm going to remove that because I don't need a tattoo on my neck. I don't have one of those. You don't have to go realistic. You can go crazy and have whatever kind of designs you want, but for now I'm just making one that I feel like looks like me. And then now let's go back up to characteristics. This is where you can actually get very detailed, and you can change things here. So you can use these sliders to change it up slightly however you want. And then I also I'll show you this in a second, but let's go ahead and do freckles because I do have freckles. You can see you have different ones here that you can choose. And this one is probably most like me. I wish you could kind of do like a scaled slider, but that works. I don't have any scars or anything, but this is where you could also put other details on. And then again, you can do different types of face paint if you want. Okay, so for the face characteristics, one thing, you can come down here to the bottom and do detailed editing. And when you do that, you see there's a lot more circles. So like right now, I can still choose my mouth and drag my mouse up and down to change the size of my lips. Go. Or I can do detailed editing, and then I can actually literally change this corner and pull it up. I can change my nose. You can just drag and really change this to look like whatever you want, which is really crazy. And you can also cut the symmetry mode off, so that way if you want this side to go up but this side not, you'd want the symmetry mode to come off so that it doesn't move both at the same time. Okay, let's go back to the regular editing. I'm not going to get that detailed and crazy. And now we have the eyes. So there's so many that you can choose from here to have your eyes look however you want. This one or this one probably most resembles my eyes. So I'm just going to go with this one. And again, you can still change anything that you want. You can pull these and it does the inner iris or the outer iris and color ratios and blending and all of that. You can even do, of course, your pupil size, make it bigger, smaller, or almost not there. Let's see, let's pull it back. There we go, about there. And then eyebrows. Again, you can change these up and change colors and whatever you want. I kind of wish, though, I'm not a huge fan of the way they look like right here, but you kind of won't notice that once you get into the game. But I think it's just a little bit of how the game kind of looks as far as their shading and stuff. So we're just going to go with this one. Okay. And then eyelashes. Again, easy to choose. And you can also change the color if you don't want the black. This is more of what I wear, except I don't typically wear stuff on my bottom lashes, but... And then you can change this to be lighter or even colored if you want. Okay, now let's go to makeup. I don't usually wear makeup other than my mascara, but let's go ahead and look through these. And you can choose any of these highlighters for your face. I think maybe we'll just go with this one. Then there's the blush. Again, I don't really ever wear this. I'm just not a makeup person. And then eyeshadow. Choose any of these, you can see. And again, remember, you can recolor any of this. So we will go, I guess we'll keep it on this one. And then eyeliner as well. Some of it, it's hard to tell when there's a change, like from this one, it's hard to see where it's at versus the removed. It's a slight detail, but it can be a little hard. And then again, of course, you can change the colors. So I'm just going to go with that one. You can do all kinds of cool stuff. And then lipstick. Again, you can choose any of these. I'm just going to go with the base one that's here. Okay, so that's pretty much all for at least makeup wise. You can go to your body and it does have presets, or you can drag and do whatever you want. You can be like super buff if you want for feminine or masculine, which is pretty cool. So you can really match it to whatever your size is or whatever you want it to look like. I'm just going to do the default one. And then of course you can do body weight and muscle and stuff here as well. Let's go to outfit. So the outfits are a little bit harder because, you know, you want it to be exactly right. So it's just like The Sims where you can choose everyday, formal, school, sleepwear, party, sportswear, swimsuit, summer, and winter. So many to choose from. But what I like about this is you can actually do custom stuff and you can put your own textures in here. So like I could have my Burgess Funhouse stuff all on there if I really wanted to, or I can fix it to where it would actually, you know, work on the pants. Right now this is just my logo, but I could actually do it to where it would go on like my t-shirt, for instance. So I could have this sweater, and if I built it in to make it look more like a t-shirt, I could have it, the logo just in the middle. I have not done that for my clothes, but you can see this kind of would work here almost. Does it show up in the back? Yeah, it does too. See, I wouldn't really necessarily want it in the back, but that's still kind of cool. So I could have it that way if I wanted. Okay, so you can choose so many different things, and remember you can pick all of these out. There are outfit presets that you can use as well, so that you don't have to take the time to do all that, but making my character is one of my favorite things, and I spent way too much time on it yesterday. Sorry, watch my face. That's so funny. This is crazy. Oh, and I have a piercing I didn't realize I had. That's okay. Okay, so I'm not going to walk you through all this, but I did want you to keep in mind, if you go down here to the right to the craft button, this is where you can kind of make your shirts and stuff a little bit more. So I don't know. I couldn't figure out what the buttons here. Oh, okay. You click it. So you can customize these different parts a little bit more. So sleeves, no sleeves. So you can make your own custom shirt however you would like, and then of course you can recolor it. You can add a texture on there. So I think it's really cool that you can do a lot of those type of things. And then again, this is how you get a watch, because a watch is not actually available to choose as an accessory. So you can't exactly style it, like make it look anything different. You have to have this one, but you can change the colors of the watch in different spots to give you a little bit more of a variety. So yeah, so it's still something that you can do. So that's the only way you get a watch. So you want to click save down here so it'll actually show up on you. You can see I actually had already done that. And then of course you can do it with skirts, make your own skirts, necklaces. You can actually make your own necklaces too, which I think is really cute. And then you can do shirts, bottoms, and then it even has a 3D printer decorations, which is really cool. I guess you could technically 3D print these different parts, which I've never really worked on 3D printing, but that's kind of cool too. Okay, one other thing that I want to show you, if you come over here, it says CLO, CLO, and MD. You can actually look over here, and there are already some presets here as well, which are some really crazy looking stuff. It's really amazing. People have made super, super cool. So it looks like this says connect, and then this is contest winners. So they had a contest, and these are the people who won the contest and got their stuff put on the game. So that's really cool. So that's really the only other thing I wanted to show you about making your character. Again, feel free to use that browse canvas up here. You can even upload your own once you make it. So that's how you could download. You have a friend download the same thing that you've already made or things like that. Okay, so let's just go ahead and hit complete and hit complete again. So you can go in here and edit. Click this again to bring up her and then re-edit. And this is how you would add a new family member. Let's say you start to add one and then you change your mind. You can go to go back and then hit go back again, and so it'll show it here, and then you can choose relationship, whether you want it to be a roommate, partner, mother, daughter, and I'm sure it probably goes on, and you can choose those as well. Or if you don't want to, you can hit delete. Okay, so you can also do Character Studio, which is the same thing that we were just doing, but this would be where you would kind of save your character for you to use later. And then they do the same thing for the Build Studio, which I think is really cool. So if you don't want to get in the game, you can actually come here and you can actually build on a piece of property. So it starts you off with a default. You can choose one of these instead. You can see here, or you can just hit the delete all button and start from scratch and build your own place, which I spent way too much time doing that last night and still never finished. In my next video, we'll do some gameplay, but that's going to be it for this video since it was super long. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know in the comments what you think about this game so far, and we'll see you next time. Bye, Raindrops!
Thanks for watching. Please subscribe.